Amy with Fashion Toppings here with another refashion. I bought this jacket. This is the jacket I have on, and it's way too big. It is a 2 extra large, and it's the one that I got at Kohl's with my $10 certificate. With the other shirts that I got, it's on the video. I think I posted it right before this. But it was originally $34, and I got it for $3.40. And it's too big. So I'm going to show you a quick way, and it's a no-sew way, to make a jacket smaller. So here's the jacket. As you can see, it's swimming on me. The sleeves are too long. So basically with the sleeves, I'm just going to roll them up. So I'm just going to roll them up, and then because I like to have them pushed up anyway. So that's all I'm going to do with the sleeves to give it a different look. Is I'm just going to roll it up. But then how do I take it in around this part without sewing? Look at how big it is right here. It's comfy. I'm going to be wearing it with leggings to the gym, so I'm not too worried about it. It's $3.40, but I do want to make it a little bit better. So I'm experimenting. For $3.40, I can experiment. Now, I've never done this option before. Normally what I would have done is I would either take apart the seams and take it in, or I would have sewn elastic. Put elastic in here so it all bunches together with elastic. And or I would have put a channel around the waist with a drawstring. But I wanted something quick and easy, and I just thrifted. It'll be on my next video. I just thrifted the same jacket in pink with the stripe inside the hood that already has a drawstring waist. So I didn't want to do the exact same thing, so it looks like the same jacket in 2 different colors. One's thrifted and cost as much as this brand new. Yay. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. First of all, let me take this off and put it on the dummy real quick. Okay, so I have it on the mannequin. Now the first thing you want to do is decide where do we want to take in our gathers to give it a more fitted look, a better silhouette. Now we have our options. You can take it in at the sides, and I am trying my best. This is going to be a no-sew project. You don't have to have a sewing machine for this. So we can take it in at the sides and give it a more hourglass silhouette from the sides, or we can take it in from the back. And I decided I'm going to take it in from the back, but I will also explain to you how this is going to be done from the sides as well. But I want more of a sway to the back of the jacket. I want it to hug my curve of my back, the curve of my back here, more so than my sides. So what I've done to start off is I've already folded my jacket in half, and you can see I have a slight hot pink chalk line right here. And I just went and bought boxes of chalk from Michael's for $1. I got them in white, and I got them in hot pink too. 24 sticks for $1, and they're at the front, right by the checkout. The cheap things. I just happened to see it. I'm like, ah, that's better than Taylor's chalk. So I got my pink line right here that shows me my center back. Now I'm going to be using grommets. I have leftover grommets. This little grommeting tool I used to make curtains when I was doing a project for Diva Boutique. I bought a bunch of these to use for the top of the curtains that I had made, and I have some left over. So I'm going to use those because it came with a tool, and this is an old box of mine, and that's the brand right there. So like I said, I bought those for making curtains. Now I'm going to utilize them for this jacket. So what I'm going to do now is, and like I said, you can do this the same to the sides, but I'm choosing to use the back. Now, what we're going to be doing is we have to decide how much we're going to take in. Now, we're going to take in just as much on each side of this line, because this is center back, this little stripe I've got here. So the mannequin is a little bit smaller than me, but I do have a huge ruffled dress underneath. But I got to decide how much I'm going to take in. So just to estimate, and I don't even have to use pins if I don't want to. Let's say maybe I'm going to put a grommet 1 inch from center back on this side and 1 inch from center back on that side. And if I put the 2 grommets there and put a string through it or a ribbon, it's going to tuck it in that much, and that's how much gather I'll have in the back. And if I don't think that's enough, then I start over. Pull it out, and let's pinch out 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches on each side. Eyeball it. Put the grommet, or we won't do the grommets until we've decided on where we want it, but let's pretend. So let's say the grommets are here and here. We tied it and made our bow, we'd have that much gather in the back. Taking it in about that much. You don't want to take it in so much that the jacket's going to feel tight on your backside, or it's going to raise the back of the jacket up. The more you take it in, the higher your backside of your jacket might raise. So I'm thinking, and I mean, you don't have to tie it all the way tight. You can just tie it a little bit and have a bow. So you don't have to be exactly precise on this. But so I'm thinking 1.5 inches, maybe even 2 inches on each side. 2 inches away from center on each side, I will put a grommet. Just put a grommet on each side. Okay, but this is only 1 layer of fabric. And as far as if you want this to last, and with the grommet going through the fabric, you're going to want a little bit of stability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the ironing board. I'm going to put on some iron-on fusible interfacing. And I'm just going to put that, this is what I have just around the house, so I'm going to use this. I actually got that at a seminar, free one. So I'm going to utilize it. And I'm just going to put a little square. I'm going to cut out a square, a little bit bigger than the grommet, maybe like 1/4 of an inch larger than the grommet. And I'm going to iron it on the inside of the jacket where I'll be putting the grommets. I'm going to do that just to give a little bit of weight to this fabric, because this is a thin jacket, no lining. So it's only 1 layer. Now with these grommets, you want to be working with 2 layers to 3 layers of fabric. And if you don't have fusible interfacing, then use some, I always have scrap fabric. Actually, this is one of my headbands. Use some scrap fabric, maybe some that coordinates just a little bit. It's on the inside of the jacket. Nobody's going to see it. But maybe just set some fabric on the inside, and you can use a little bit of fabric glue or even Elmer's stick glue just to hold it in place long enough for you to be able to put the grommet through it, just to give some weight and stability to your fabric. And I mean, you can also sew this fabric on the inside, but I don't want to take the risk of seeing the stitching. So like I said, I'm going to do the iron-on fusible interfacing, or like I said, if you don't want to do that, then just get a little bit of your, I have spray fabric glue. That's them right here. You can actually use this spray, cut out a piece of scrap fabric, like I said, 1/4 of an inch wider than whatever grommet you're using, and spray it on the inside of the jacket. That'll hold it in place long enough to get this project done. So that is just to give it some stability. But first of all, we need to get a little hole started so that we know where we're going to be working at. And you don't want to take a scissors and snip unless you absolutely have to. Because when you cut to fabric, it's a straight line, and it's something that's going to keep tearing over time. You just want to pop a hole into the fabric, just a simple popping of a hole into the fabric. And if you have an X-Acto knife, or if you have a sharp, pointy tool, I don't know, some of you are crafters. If you have a sharp, pointy tool to pop through your fabric, that's better. I'm using an X-Acto knife. Okay, the first thing I needed to do, I had to take it off real quick and try it on so that I know how high I want to put my little 2 grommets in the back, how high up my back. So as you can see, there's my center back, and I decided this is the height that I want my grommets to go in. And I decided I'm going to put them out about 2.5 inches from center front, and I'm doing it more than necessary just because the grommets are big, and I want to be able to make a bow. And so I can make, the cinch in the back as tight as I want or as loose as I want. So I have some flexibility. So I'm going to mark using my chalk. Okay. So I have them both marked. I don't know if you can see that. Here's one marking right there, and then there's the other marking right there. So you can see I'm going to put a grommet here and a grommet here, and then that'll cinch together with the ribbon. Okay, so got that marked. Now I need to make a hole. I have a dress underneath here, so I have to be very careful. I don't want to cut the dress underneath. So I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife and poke a hole. There we go. I'm just twisting it to make the hole bigger. Okay? You can see the little tiny hole. See that little tiny hole? Doesn't have to be big. We're going to make it bigger with the grommet. That'll force it through. But if I use a scissors, like I said, if I cut a straight line, then it's going to continue to tear. If you poke a circle or a hole, you're less chance that it's going to tear. So poke through and spin. So my next step is I'm going to take this to my laundry room, and I'm going to cut fusible interfacing, which means I'm going to iron it on. You can see through there, my grommet is that big. I'm going to cut a circle just a little bit bigger than the grommet. Okay, so you can see what I did. See how it's just a little bit bigger than the grommet? I'm going to go in and iron this to the inside of the jacket, right where the holes are at, just so I have some extra stability. Like I said, if you don't have fusible interfacing, you don't have to go out and buy stuff. Use stuff from around the house. Find some scrap fabric that might be pretty with this, and cut a heart. Make a heart on the inside and iron it to it, or use your spray glue on the inside, and then you have that second layer for some stability. So let me go ahead and run to the ironing board real quick. Let me iron on this little square of interfacing on the inside of the jacket, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I ironed on over the holes my two little squares. Next I need to actually take this to a hard surface. I don't want to do it on my tile floor because I don't want to chip my tile floor, so I'm going to run downstairs and put it in the cement, on the cement in our garage steps. I'm actually going to go out in the garage just so I have a hard surface. So you actually see the male side of this, how it sticks up. You're going to shove that on the fabric. Now you might need to make your hole a little bit bigger, which I'm going to because I ironed on that fusible interfacing. So you might need to make your fabric, the hole, a little bit bigger. And you're going to actually punch this through. Okay, I'm using huge grommets. So I had to just push my grommet through with the fabric. See, this is the back side. See, that's the male, that's the lip. Then there's the female side, or the claw side. You just slide that on. Okay, so now I need to take it out to my garage real quick, and I need to hammer this forcefully, is what it says. But you don't want to do it on a tile floor, and you don't want to do it on your wood floors because you don't want to leave marks. So I'm going to take this out to the garage real quick, and I'm going to hammer this down, and it's going to lock it into place. So my eyelet will be through my jacket. Let me go do both of these holes real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the eyelets in. Now this eyelet kit is kind of an out-of-date kit. I don't know how old it is, but there's easier ways to apply these eyelets. Now with this, just to let you know, you pop the hole in. You have a little cup, a little flat cup, like a fat washer, and you have this tool. You take the male grommet, you set it on top of this tool, and you put your fabric. Let me find some fabric here. You find some fabric, you poke a little hole in it to get it started, you set it over that grommet, you set it over that, and then you put this on top. Let me set this fabric down. I want to put a hole in it now. So then you set this on top. This one has, the top one, it has little teeth. I don't know if you can see that. It has little teeth. So you set that on top. Fabric is sandwiched in between. Then you put this tool on top, and you hammer away. And you hammer hard, and you make sure that it is on cement. I've learned all those lessons over the years. So that's all you did. Well, it's already stuck to it now. So when you pound, the fabric gets caught between these two, and it actually bends the sides, so it locks it into place. So that's how I did the grommets. Now, so I haven't done any sewing yet. Then I found some fabric that matches, some scrap fabric, or you can use ribbon. And you can decide how you want to lace it through. I'm going to lace it through the back side. You can try it either way. Eventually I'll find ribbon that I like better. But for right now, I have this fabric and it does match, so I'm going to utilize it. So squeeze the center and tie it together. See how I'm doing that there? Tie it together. And there you go. So I just took several inches out of the back of this jacket. I'll try it on and show you too. I just took several inches out of the back of this jacket to make it fix. It's a double extra large, and I normally would buy a large, sometimes a double extra large. It matters how big and baggy I want it. But remember, I took 2.5 inches from back center and 2.5 inches from back center on each side. So I took a total of 5 inches, and I'm squeezing it together using this little bow. And you know, you can dress it up, change it out, use some lace. Actually, it might even look better with the lace. Let me try the lace. Nice thing about this is that you can change out the ribbon or the lace or whatever you're using to match your outfit. Let's say you're wearing black leggings. So put some black lace through the back of this, or just plain black fabric, scrap fabric. If you're wearing beige or khaki pants, then like what I'm doing now, beige lace, khaki lace. You can make the bow as big and floppy as you want, but it's just a way to cinch the back of a jacket to make it smaller. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it on. Okay, so I ended up putting beige lace in it because I like the way it looked better. But it ended up looking pretty good. So from the front, it's definitely a lot tighter. It doesn't look like a double extra large anymore. It's definitely more fitted. It's not so baggy. And there we go. So it's much more fitted. And in the back, I cinched it in. See? Sticking to my shirt underneath. This will look a lot. You can see my shirt right here. It's caught on the jacket. But as you can see, it actually cinched it in. Look to the side. It cinched it in. See all the pleats? So that's just an easy way. So I took a double extra large sweatshirt or hoodie that was too big, and I just made it a little bit smaller just by cutting some eyelets in. Now if you want to take it in more, make sure you practice with safety pins or pins. Pin it and see how tight it would be, because you know, if you make mistakes cutting into your fabric and putting a grommet, it's permanent. And this is only a $3.40 jacket, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, just put some grommets in it and tie a bow. And it will cinch in the back of your jacket, make it tighter. I think this is going to look really cute with a pair of black leggings. So, well, this is an easy way to do a jacket alteration. And you can see, I mean, it's shrunk down everywhere. And I just rolled up the sleeves. So it definitely makes it more fitted. That's an easy, easy way to take in a jacket without having to sew. Okay, well, this is Amy with Fashion Toppings. Until next time, you have a great day.